Hello, everybody.
Yes, welcome back.
They back for more. So welcome everybody. I'm glad you guys are here with us again today. Hopefully everybody had a great Valentine's Day. I was like, oh yeah, yesterday's Valentine's Day. It was fantastic.
That's right. Hope you enjoyed the Valentine's Day, or you loved yourself. Either or, either or. If you got
That part right there. I was playing because everybody be like, listen, you just celebrate one day. I'm like, nah, my husband, no, Valentine's Day is every day. We came to like we do recognize Valentine's Day, but every day ought to be Valentine's Day. Like treat yourself good. Just like I said, it don't matter if somebody, whoever it is treating you, but make sure you definitely treat yourself very well. So, but again, hopefully you guys had a fantastic day. But we're going to talk about some NFT stuff today. As normal, we're always excited to talk about NFTs. We like trying to calm down. Calm down.
You have a lot of excitement in the NFT space, so yeah, just ready to always talk about it. Always got something going with it every day. So,
and I know we're going to talk about artifacts in a minute too, but we all know we don't. That's what we talk about a lot. But all week we've been sitting there trying to figure out all these doggone quests and stuff. And so,
yeah.
But again, we will talk about that, and we don't want to just open up every time talk about that. But if you look at it, they have treated you very well if you are connected with them in any kind of way. So again, let me go ahead and start sharing the screen here. Get that on this other screen open. Okay. All right, here we go. Another person, no, I should say another person, another company deciding to get into the NFT space again. The metaverse. Everybody keep talking about the metaverse. It's moneyverse. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's metaverse.
Yeah, especially like you said, this brand coming into the space, the models that they have, whatever they'll be introducing, the clothes, and like I said, they're definitely also known for their models, so they're probably going to be wanting to get their stuff out there, get their own brand out there. They see Gucci, all these other Chanel, everybody making their mark, and so you're going to see a lot of different brands coming into the space, especially in the clothing brand, $1 trillion industry. Want to make sure they make their mark with NFTs, and so some people definitely be buying Victoria's all the time, or buying it for your wife or your girlfriend or whatever it may be. But they are definitely coming to the space for the metaverse, and we're going to see a lot of brands still coming in and doing this.
Yep. I'm trying to figure out what's Victoria's Secret going to do. I'm like, how are they going to come in? I know they can do some things, but I know everybody keeps talking about, even like you look at the shoes and stuff that you can now try on. I'm like, wow, this is like crazy just to see them on your feet. It's really mind blowing. So I'm like, what Victoria's Secret going to do? I'm interested to see this. Who gonna be over here in Victoria's Secret?
Yeah, like you say, people have been utilizing that Snapchat filter and building into that, and so we'll see what Victoria does. Of course, with the bras and everything else that they have, but definitely going to be in the space. So we'll see if they make them unique bras, or what they're going to do to apply NFTs behind their brand.
Yeah, good stuff. So again, another big company, that's coming into this particular space. So pay attention. Let me go on to the next one. Okay, Sand Token. I know we've talked about Sand. Again, we've definitely invested in the Sandbox Metaverse Land game. Remember, they do have the new thing as far as if you're trying to stake some of the Sand tokens that you may have. That's now available, on the Polygon chain. As far as if you want to do some staking with your Sand token, you definitely can do that. And I think, again, as far as things continue to develop, as far as, some of these games, it's just another way of if you're going to hold the token, you might as well try to stake it and get some additional funds from it. And I think they're still, I know a lot of people, even in the landowners chat, they're kind of like, well, some people are still kind of leaning towards the Ethereum aspect because you can gain a little bit more. But if you're looking for ease and you don't want to have to touch it as much, to investigate both sides of it and see which one you're going to be able to make the most money on. But it's going to be very, very good for what they're still continuing to do in the Sandbox game. Okay.
And earning that passive income is important if so try that.
Yeah, that last land sale that sold out, was it less than like 10 seconds?
No time.
On a video. I saw somebody in a video playing. But again, I think it's important, because a lot of people kind of think about it. Well, man, why they're selling out so fast? It's like, okay, just really, really look at it. If the regular land is already selling for $11,000 to $15,000, and you can buy it for $5,000, do you think most people can't add 2 + 2? I mean, it's worth the shot, because if you happen to get lucky to get one and you get it for $5,000 or $6,000, you're instantly gonna be able to double your money. So, but like I got some other people that be selling out like Vivi, they'll be selling out like instant 0.0001 of a second. But again, coming back, I ain't gonna let me not relapse because I'm like that a whole nother subject. But Sandbox, again, I think when you look at it along that lines, that's why a lot of these things are selling out so fast. It literally is. It's an instant flip for somebody that could literally make five to $7,000, depending on what kind of land that they got if they wanted to do that. So don't get frustrated. Just keep trying. It's part of the NFT space, and as more people continue to come into the space, it ain't gonna be the first time and the last time you're frustrated. Trust me. So just that part.
Especially with bots in the systems. So.
But we talk about the bots, Jessica.
Oh man, I can't tell. Especially with the bots, I'd be like, you facing the bots. They gonna always win. So
everybody be like, I need to create. Yeah, we know the bots do win. But again, yeah, you got to figure out the best strategy of what you can do to make things all right while you're there. So that's good. But again, make sure you're double checking on Sandbox. Here go another CryptoPunk.
Rare CryptoPunk NFT sales at record-breaking price of about 23 million. I don't know who buying. They buying it from themselves or what? I don't know who.
but it's like 23 million. I'm like, okay, what do they? But they have to have a game plan on what they're going to do with the CryptoPunk.
8,000 ETH.
But think about it. It's 23 million today. If they were one of the people who bought ETH when it was a couple dollars or less than $100, it's still money. Don't get me wrong. It's nobody.
You can't explain 23 million away. It's like no
$23 million. You're trying to figure out what else could I buy for $23 million?
Oh man! So no, like you said, it will go up. The price of ETH go up, but 8,000 ETH. I'm trying to think. I know how many things I can go buy with that. So man.
But I think this particular holder, they have quite a few things in their collection that I don't think the 23 million is bothering them at all. So
it definitely isn't. If they spent it, they definitely wouldn't have spent all their money.
Yeah, they are not going to be. It could very well be. Yeah, it could very well be just like, hey, you know what? Need to invest another 23 million today. Go ahead and go buy that one. Yeah, they don't want to have multiple items. They're like, give me that one right there. So again, like I said, I think that's part of the thing we look at too, Jessica. Sometimes, some of us will look at it on one aspect, but trust me, they've looked at it on another aspect that sometimes, if you don't do a lot of research, I mean, they could be simply using that as something that they're going to not necessarily sell anytime soon, which means that it could potentially definitely continue to go up, but it may be a business type venture that they maybe figured out how to do that CryptoPunk to make that $23 million. And then it's like a joke. You'd be like, oh, he paid 23 million, but he made 100 million. Okay, not as bad. Okay, but if you look at it in one aspect only, then it will look like you paid 23 million for that. Yeah, there ain't no way around. Like, just be like, it's still 23 million. So, but again, so that's good stuff there on that CryptoPunk. Congrats to whoever was that.
Oh, yep. The MNTLTH, the Olympics is still going on. So just announcing they're having more new drops that have come up for those boxes if you're interested in buying the pins. They also have a game that they've launched with association to their game, MNTLTH. You're able to be rewarded in these NFTs, some of that are rare and different prizes. So if you do have these items or you start purchasing them from the last one and maybe I think August or so, you can also start now looking at the Winter Olympics boxes that they have. And like I said, there is a play to earn game that you can download on your phone, Google Play. I believe they also have it maybe in the Apple Store. Just double check that. But you can also be playing that game and earning rewards and then being able to go back onto the platform and sell those NFTs as well. So definitely something that if you did purchase some of those items, they are still building out with their games and other items like that could still earn you NFTs if you didn't purchase them and you would like to purchase them. There's a skiing game that they do currently have that if you do want to play, you can do that. And here we go with some cross play and cross progression. And that's some of the game systems there that are listed. And they're quite a bit of the top game systems. So if you are paying attention to it and you're already maybe over there, it just came out, so you can go and spend some time in it. But usually spending time in the apps earlier can also be rewarding. But just wanted to put that out there for those that have maybe bought in the last Olympics for the what is it, Summer Games, and now
we bought something else over here.
Summer Game, yeah. I was like, what?
Which one was that?
Right.
But again, I think as people are continuing to build out what they at the beginning, it started out with one thing, but if you definitely invested it early on, it can put you in a very good position. So that's good, very very good to see. They are still continuing to develop some things in the game, and especially for apps. Like I said, this money everywhere. Y'all better learn this stuff.
That part right there is the most important. The education part, educate yourself, because there's so much money
Mm-hmm.
into this space that, yeah, don't cut yourself short by not being educated and knowing what to do.
So just keep that on your radar. That will be happening, that particular drop. Let me close some of these things out as we're going to. Okay, the real estate that keeps selling. And again, they're going to make money after they have bought the house. They're figuring out another way to make another stream of income. So again, I think it's the industry. Everything is still continuing to change. To change. I think in regards to the blockchain aspect of this is. I think if I know we've talked about it before. Like a lot of businesses and a lot of transactions are going this way. That are going to start using the blockchain to make deals. So
you can verify it, authenticate it. There's no forging it, So yeah, they're moving away from the paper. A lot of people move already from paper, but and maybe went into the computer digital. But now you also have the blockchain, which is going to be its own protected ledger. And so, like I said, you can validate it, authenticate it. Anything that you need to do, it's there for you to be able to. It's open, so anybody can go on there and see what your transaction is. It's not necessarily giving you identity behind those numbers, but it's definitely a ledger that lets you see all the transactions, that you verify it and authenticate it. So it's really important in this space, especially like when a house.
Yeah.
If you're going to represent it with the house, especially at that price point. I didn't necessarily say that they accepted crypto on it, but they did at least sell it. They did, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
653 of Ether.
Ether. There we go.
653,000. We're not like, and I think that's important too, because sometimes people will be like, well, it was a real estate transaction, but it was only like $5,000, $10,000.
Right.
Like $653,000 that someone's using crypto to pay, to buy these different assets. So don't be mad at them. Try to figure out what they do.
That part.
How they gonna capitalize on this? Because I'm interested. I really want to see this. I'm like, what? No,
I was even on. I said more car companies need to take crypto payments too. I was looking. So there ain't too many, but there's some out there that do.
Yeah, that's gonna be really, really interesting. When you can walk in like, I want to buy that car. Give me that in crypto. That's gonna be really, really good. But like I said, there are some out there. Same way you're buying real estate. But again, like I said, not only just investing in the metaverse, but if you want to actually have the regular rentals too, it is a door that's opening up to more and more. But I'm gonna tell you, ain't nothing like the metaverse. They were like, no toilet calls, no roof leaks, no nothing, no air conditioners out, no. So, but that's just interesting. Hope that's good. All right, let's move on.
Apple to enable crypto payments with the tap and pay by end of 2020, just like that. You was just getting used to using your tap and go. Now you'll be able to finally use your crypto to it too. And so, who knows what you have to do yet? You may want to do that, and you may not. It's going to be your choice. But as mainstream comes in and they get used to using that just as a normal Visa or debit card that they have, it's going to change the game on stuff. Of course, you'll start seeing the stores and all that start branching to it. We've already seen Walmart eating the metaverse. Crypto payments are coming to different stores already in different chains. So it's coming. So it's exciting to see that Apple is going to enable that payment option for you now. Like I said, a lot of people aren't just dealing with regular Visa or MasterCard debit cards. They're dealing with digital money. And so now they'll be able to get those same things, those same goods with that currency. And so it's exciting to see that those things are taking place, not just the ATM at a gas station that, here and there, but now you literally, if you went up to a store that's going to accept it, like Walmart or Target or anyone else that may come into the space. I did not say Target has done this or anything. So, but
they were like, they were walking the store. Well, they said they were Target was taking crypto.
It was just when money comes,
crypto.com
when money comes, they'll usually enter the space. So, and then when there's certain brands do it, they'll lead it, and then other people follow. So. A lot of stores should start following suit that at least even putting a system in place that they can accept crypto. It's going to be rewarding for them. Like, I mean, it'll come down. They can choose to go out right into USDC if they want to or something. But for right now, with it just getting started and ETH being so low, it could be very, very rewarding for them to take ETH as a payment, and it's $1,800 one day and $5,000 in the next 2 months or something. It's a no-brainer.
It's funny that you think about it, and it's funny, but it's not funny. But okay, so in order for them to say, okay, we're gonna start taking crypto payments, do you think they just started working on this yesterday? No, they've been telling you that they didn't think it was a great idea, but trust me, they've been putting everything in place all these time, and they're not the only company. There's a lot of people that, a lot of companies like, well, no, we think crypto is the worst thing ever. We will not be using that part of our business. But all of a sudden, the next week they come out with something that's related to crypto.
That's right.
So, this also reminds me, kind of like, I know we've talked about it before, as far as how we all thought about the internet. Like, I ain't putting my card on the internet and order nothing. I wish I would put my card on the internet. Now I'll be like, what can I order from the internet? Do I have to really go to the store? And so this is the same thing of how things are shifting and how technology is changing, to where people are like, okay, just tap and go with your Apple stuff. It's just crypto, another crypto payment. So young people will never know some of the things that we had to use process. And they were like, you actually had to take your actual thing with you, and we did. So
they come into a whole different space. Like you said, they go come into a space where digital currency is the way to learn, and so it's going to be completely different to them. They're gonna be looking at you like you got dollar bills and paper money. They're gonna be looking at like, was that it?
It'd be like, your credit card only gave you how much as a reward? And I get crypto. I earn crypto. I'm like, wow. Right. But I'm trying to run with them. I'm like, somebody come teach me. I will learn. I will take the time to learn, because it's worth learning, that aspect. But again, this is going to be interesting how this is still continuing to evolve. So just want to share that with you guys. Let me close this last one down, and then we're on this one. Here go Apple again.
Oh, yep, the AR VR headset rumors. It's something fun. They have they've been doing some VR goggles and glasses, and they actually call it Project Vision, which is the same thing that Artifact was doing last year. They had a project called Vision out, but it's not associated. I do not believe in any type of way. But this is going to be, just like when you put your VR in, your screen monitor will come up populated automatically digitally. You won't need this physical monitor in front of you. The keyboard system will be digital, and it'll be right in front of you. You will not need an actual keyboard in front of you.
Wait, my keyboard is going to sit in front of me?
Yeah, your keyboard will not. It will just be. It will be. You could be on a blank table, and your whole computer system with those goggles is going to be populated. It's really interesting and really cool if you see some of the videos that they've come out with. But that's how things are going to go. All these physical items, even like the monitors, the keyboards, all those, you need speakers, of course, but those things are going to be eliminated by needing these physical items with these augmented glasses, the VR goggles, any type of thing that you may be thinking that's coming out. Is regular glasses. People are trying to get away from the thicker ones, just because staying in those long periods of time. But of course, if you're going to be working, some people have to do 8-hour shifts in different time frames. So they're definitely trying to get a good fit. Most companies that are coming out with these are trying to make sure you have a comfortable fit to these, that they're going to be able to be worn for long periods of time and not give you, because some people may get motion sickness and stuff. I haven't experienced that.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
but I have. If you will sit down if you're on a roller coaster sometime, it will make you drop to the ground.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Yes. And even the workout and stuff, my daughter's been loving that, doing the workouts on there. And it's like, it's a whole nother level. Before you were trying to get them or push them to do something, but they are loving doing the Oculus. I mean, like an hour a day,
I love
strong, dedicated. Yeah, I was like, it's exciting to see how it's changing. Even, how the kids are not just sitting there, just dealing with their PlayStation remote or Xbox, whatever it may be, but they're physically getting up and getting moving and having to block things and move right, move left, duck. Yep. So, goggles, AR.
But the only thing I said, with the glasses, because like when I'll be on a box on the Oculus. I'm sitting there like sometimes when I'm trying to do an upcut, I end up hitting the Oculus thing, and I'm like, oh, good thing that wasn't my real eye. But the glasses, I'm concerned that I might, if I'm trying to do an uppercut or something, I'll be then broke them.
I was on Twitter. They was getting the grandma ready, and the grandson came in the way, and she uppercutted him. Oh, she got him good. She felt so bad. The whole sound was just, oh my God. I think the dad was in the background. He was like, oh my God. And I was just like, she get them good. But like you're saying, I think one when somebody ran into the wall, she was doing it and ran into the wall. But there's other devices or things being created for that. Like they have certain things with treadmills that run around you. But that's probably still in a degree uncomfortable. So you're just growing with it right now. You have to understand how early you are. It's the goggles. They have the vests that come out so you can feel the vibration. They're having some people doing training on treadmills, running in place and stuff. So it's going to be a lot of things created in this space for companies that can come in and like get involved in it, just because all the things that can be created from it, all the uses that you can have. So it's really exciting to see that, and also just knowing where things are going, where the money is going. You should always be seeing if people are doing the AR, VR. We know phones and stuff are supposed to be going away in like 5 years or 10 years or whatever it may be. And it may be that they never go away, they're always in the background, but most people will be doing their communications through VR, AR technology or some sort. So it's really coming. It's exciting.
I know I did say that these can be a little bit expensive. They might be a little pricey. So I mean,
you better go start with Oculus.
You better go start with Oculus.
And that's another thing they said, they need the affordability so everybody can get it at the box ones. Because if you think about it, we originally, even the phone ones, you would put your phone in and then you would put those on. That's one of the things that we all usually would start out with, and they have come so far from that too. So yeah.
Did you say the one that had to put your phone in there? Yeah, you did like you were really in the Oculus. When they first started,
first came out.
Yeah, like I said, now you just but it's fun. I love the Oculus. That's good. I know I fish, but okay, that's why I do it in Oculus. Okay, all right, so that's that good stuff there. Okay, and I know everybody saw the little Super Bowl ad. I know everybody I was like, Super Bowl actually has some crypto stuff. I was like, is that LeBron on a crypto.com ad? I was like, whoa. Okay, so things are. So all y'all to say is still a scam. You can still say what you want to say, but you're missing the boat. So you better figure out what part is not a scam and start figuring it out. But it ain't, I'm not saying that there aren't people who scam. There are definitely scammers in the space. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But there's definitely scammers. Just like they are in the regular world and they steal your identity, they are also in the crypto space. So in that aspect, but again, I think, as you start to see some of these different things that people are advertising, and like I looked at Kia, I was like, okay, that was cool that they did the 10,000 robo dogs, but the commercial was pretty cool. And then on top of that, they're using it also like as a nonprofit, as something to fundraise on. So I think as people still continue to make those connections and figure out how to fundraise for some nonprofit that you may really like, it's a great way of raising funds for those companies. I think it really is. On top of them selling their cars. So, but this was one of the ones that they talked about that was in the Super Bowl commercial. Okay. All right, this the one I was talking about like early. This that one right here. This Vivi, everybody, if you don't know who Vivi is. So it was Valentine's Day. I was like, they're gonna show me some love today on Valentine's Day. I think I'm gonna get me one on Valentine's Day. Nah, didn't happen. Yeah, I don't know who it happened for, but congratulations.
Yeah,
if you were able to buy these for $60, because I think when I looked at the floor today, they were at least over $1,000. This one, one of them I looked at that was at least $1,000.
Yeah,
it was like $1,200. So,
yes. Congratulations to the people and the bots.
You might just say credit to the bots. Well, we know a few people that buy.
They are trying to put stuff in place, but and then they said that if they caught somebody doing the bot, that they take the NFTs. I don't know if they get to keep the NFTs themselves or if they resell them, but it's just they're still trying to figure a lot of stuff out. But whoever got one, especially when you're waking up and you're only trying for $60, $70 or whatever it may be, even $100, and it's $1,000 that same day, you're good.
And it was higher yesterday. I was like, I'm trying to wait for the dip down. I don't know if it's gonna dip. If the train had left, I was like, okay, well, it was I think it was Massey looked at it yesterday. I think it was like 2,000. I was like, okay, well, they not playing over here. they made some people sold them for $2,000 yesterday. So congrats to you if you were able to get in and get those sold. Because now you could come back and bought two of them. But congrats to you if you were able to grab one of these yesterday on Valentine's Day. So again, Vivi, again, I think it's frustrating. Like I said, y'all hear our frustration. We hear everybody else's frustration, but at the same time, it's again, you're buying 60, just like I talked about the sandbox thing. People are buying them, you can double your money. People are buying them for $60 and selling for $2,000. You think they're not going to try to get an edge? They are. So does it mean it's right? No, but at the same time, it's just part of where it's at right now, and because we're in such a new space.
And you can't do nothing about it. So
you do nothing about it. It's like you either keep trying or just move on to your next project. Okay. So for me, I'd be like, okay, did I get it? Oh, didn't get it. All right, let me keep on moving. If I get it, I'll be like, I've got it and it's on. But that's just how I do mine. I don't spend all day trying to figure it out, but that's part of it. Oh, Steve. I thought this was interesting though.
No, the making of the money is really interesting. Like that's like you can make that much money than what you would do in your 10-year music advances. You've been in this space, I don't know, a year or so, a little, but you've basically made as much money as you would make in 10 years advance of your music.
But think about that. Most people, like I said, you have a job for 10 years and it's like, okay, you go in and do NFTs for this 1 year and you've made all of that. Plus it's like you wasted like 10 years. But that's, I think it puts so many people at an advantage who are coming into the space now, who can literally start creating, whether it's going to create your NFTs or not. It puts you at a big advantage. It could save you a lot of time and make you a lot of money. If he did all this in 1 year, and it's not even like a full year, I don't think, and you wiped out 10 years of what you made.
Power of Web3.
He said he believes NFTs will truly transform the music industry, which currently offers artists a measly. I said, did he say measly? I did not put that in quotation. Did he say measly?
Nothing. Give him nothing. That middleman and the men before that get it. Like,
like, dog, he must be doing all right.
Well, even to think about that, a lot of these artists that are under contracts that don't want to be with companies anymore, they have a way of somewhere to go now. Like the space wasn't created for them. That you have to go to one place to the next place, music industry. But now they don't even need these people. They can be in Web3, have communities that are supporting them and making money like that, with not getting approval. They'll be able to express themselves creatively, not having their song to be approved by someone. And so it's going to be very, very. It's going to be changing for the music industry, like we talk about fashion, but specifically also the music industry and the way these artists are able to actually be able to express themselves now and make the money from the music they are actually creating and keep majority of that money, like he said, not that measly income of royalty. So once people start seeing that, believe me, even all the big name people that really don't even need this space, they realize, we don't have to give out 10, 20, 30 or 40, 50% of what we are doing. It's over.
Yep. He said, okay, in the 10 years I've been making music, 6 albums, and you combine all those advances, what I did in one drop, like one drop last year in NFTs, I made more money.
That must have been that Nifty Gateway, the one character X that I have.
The one I still got running around on the thing.
That was the other one. Yeah, you got the world one, but he had a few of them over there.
Can we get them to run, Steve? We need to be in the same boat as you. I still got you.
Okay, still no. And you were able to yeah.
So hopefully those pick up. And I do know the other thing that Steve did have the coming up with the Aoki verse. That is definitely coming up.
And if you own some of those pieces, you were supposed to come over here and mint those, and they're having a pre-sale, and then that's going to end. But we kind of, we do so much that some things fall through the cracks, and we didn't do that.
They were at 0.25 if you mint early. Otherwise, the regular mint will be coming up. As far as pricing, I cannot give you the exact pricing of if they go up. I can't remember what they were for the pricing. So again, do your research. Yeah, this is the one we got right there. That one right there. That's one of the ones.
That's one of the ones right there. It sure is.
Run around and run up. Run that price up. But again, this is gonna do some research on these. I think we've said it many times. As far as sometimes we'll come on and we'll talk about different things. Doesn't necessarily if we got into everything we talked about, it'd be like we would have no life. So we don't get into everything, but we try to give you a general idea of different things that are out there, so that you then can take the time to go out and do your research to see if it's a good project for you to invest in. Because remember, we are not your financial advisors at all. Okay. I don't pay nobody bills but these bills over here.
Always do your own research.
Always do your research. Yep. So stuff.
Ocean Park partners with Sandbox in celebration like the 45th anniversary. Ocean Park is teaming up with Sandbox. They're going to be creating a digital entertainment experience. As we've seen, Disney in America has taken the patent for a certain type of holographic Yeah, so they basically say everybody's gonna need to go to Disney to do this patent. If the experience that they're building in Hong Kong, I'm not too sure what they're gonna be using, but the companies are gearing up for this. Like I said, Disney's putting it in their theme parks. You're gonna be able to walk in, see people looking like they're right in front of you. Even if it's Cinderella, she's gonna look like she's presented right in front of you, moving and talking to you. Depending on where you're walking, like the cameras, it picks up absolutely everything. So it's really cool how now the theme parks are gonna be using this into their theme parks. So
They firing people. Y'all don't hear me. They firing people. So besides the person that's gotta be behind the computer saying, like, okay,
well, that, and then they probably don't have to put that much money into building things no more too, depending on how much the system gets or how much it is created. So yeah, they don't need all that construction up there no more. The experiences probably will still be fun. It does look like there's still like it is going to be part of a ride, and then there's going to be digital items around it. And this ride specifically, so it looks like it's going to be a mixture of both. But the theme parks are applying these to their systems or to their admissions for you to be able to have access to. I'm not sure if they're going to charge separately, but just know that most of the theme parks that you are visiting or plan on visiting, especially in the next couple of years, you're going to be getting metaverse experiences at those theme parks. It could be augmented reality. Maybe they're even going to do a virtual reality set to it, but it's coming.
Yep, that's that part you're talking about where Disney announced that they have a patent for AR experience. That's right. Listen, I'm like, listen, y'all can't just come in here and like jump in line like y'all. Like we're taking everything. Y'all gotta come back from here.
They came in December, they patented that thing, and like everybody, they said everybody will need to go through them. They own the patent.
Like, how that work? Well, you like money talks. Okay, but yeah, they're not playing. But again, they've been working on this. They didn't just all of a sudden think of this. We thought they just thought about this, but they probably have already had some things in the work that they've been working on. So. But again, they got the patent. You don't have to agree, but you just gotta do what they said to do. So that's gonna be interesting. So there's that one. Okay, let's move. Now listen.
Oh, yeah. And as you see, pre-order the Samsung. This is going to be in South Korea, but pre-orders of the Samsung new Galaxy S22 smartphone to come with NFTs. And that's just let you know, Samsung also was starting off with the with NFTs when they were doing the Dapper with the NBA Top Shots. They would allow you to have that game on the phone. And now they're also, I don't know which type of NFT it's going to come with just yet. They did go into a little more detail into the article. But just letting you see some companies are preparing to have NFTs already on your device, or verified or backed up by your device, whatever it may be, and how they're going to do it. But it's coming. Samsung has been.
Look at that Theta. Deshaun used to always talk about Theta. We're like, that's right. Like, Theta, you better get some Theta. We're like, okay, you right, Deshaun. Let me get some Theta over there. Yep, that's all good stuff.
Yep. And so Samsung has been in the space doing a lot of different partnerships in the background with companies that are building into the metaverse. And so with their devices, also most devices that they probably build out from this day forward will have some type of built-in NFT or experience that you can do with NFTs. And that's just going to be how it's going to be. It is this first model here. Over the next years, you'll probably see that change with a lot of different companies. See how they're going to start using their devices and making sure. You even see, Apple's building stuff. They're trying to say that they're going to be equipped. Everybody's gearing up for Google. So you're going to start having your devices either be backed up by NFT or also just, being able to handle NFTs. There's a lot of different apps opening up now that you can buy NFTs on your phones and not have to just go straight into like our trust wallets and dApps and things like that. So it's pretty interesting.
So when they down the phones, it's not even here in America yet. So, but yeah, whatever. Here's Blancos again. So y'all already know that one of my kids have taken my Amazon subscription. So if one of my kids is listening, please make sure you go on and claim this.
Yeah, especially these are free to claim as long as you connected your Prime account with the Blancos account. You're able to come over and claim these promotions as they have them monthly. And so this is another one that has definitely come out. We definitely still into buying with the Blancos. It's still very early, waiting to see some of the moves and partnerships that they have with some of hopefully the big names of like the PlayStations and Wii's and Nintendo. So we're just keeping an eye on it. But like I said, this is free. If you want to claim it or go connect your Prime account, you can do that and be able to get some of those items that they talk about in here.
Yeah, if you still have access to your account. So just say that. but that's good.
If your child is not taking your Amazon Prime account.
If your child is not taking your Amazon Prime account.
Oh, man.
No, that's good stuff. I do. I still, again, Broncos. I still like exactly what they're doing. They're still. This could be a big move for what's going to happen for the future for them. Okay. All right. Let's keep on moving. Here's more about Disney.
Oh, yep. Also, they're going to be placing bets on sporting streaming and metaverse. So they are, and now especially with this, they're able to tap into different industries that they normally didn't tap into. You know, even with sports and stuff, there were certain industries that were only allowing that, or you could be connected to. But now, as you see, they are also they bid for an NFL Sunday ticket. So they're they have the Disney Plus whatever else they're going to do in this space. So they are definitely wanting to get into the sports streaming side of it. And that's going to be getting to a lot of consumers that normally aren't, looking at Disney for any type of thing. So applying NFL will get them a new consumer base of people that's coming in and want to even purchase that or even now can do streaming into their I don't know if how they do their stuff at some of the centers of the Disney worlds, but it's going to be changing for them now that, like I said, to be able to go to that avenue and now be focused on sports and other things that they can now add into their portfolio or into their business model of what they're going to be doing and investing in and making money from.
Big things. So y'all better pay attention to Disney again. Now, I know a lot of people were mad because
that's just a bad taste in your mouth. Listen, some people will say, listen, we're not going to take anything for the first 6 months or it's going to be locked in for this amount of time. And then when you go in more detail of the article about it was for 6 months pay for 10 employees, $3 million each. I was like, $3 million for 6 months pay? What is that? Did they say that to make sense of it? And everybody deserved to make their money. They did build it, so that's the only reason why I'm gonna be like, they did build it. But
they built it and they gave it free airdrops.
That don't mean
I understand the frustration of some people were like, you gonna take like 30 million?
I can say it.
You take, but they're in the article. It did say that those were from the rewards that they received for the fees. So I were laughing about it, but we weren't laughing. We were going about. I was like, okay, so they took 30 million. It was 10 of them. They all got $3 million for 6 months of work. Okay,
in another 6 months, they gonna be $3 million again. They gonna need, and they gonna or not even shoot. Oh no! So like you build it, you gonna set your price to how it's come. You went over there to make it like that. Instead of it being two brothers on OpenSea making billions, it's 10 other people, and so more power to them. It's just like I just want to make sure if I am over there staking that there's still gonna be money later, and you're not gonna pull all the money out of liquidity. You're not gonna do all that. So $3 million for 10 people, 10 each. I mean, it was 10 people, $3 million each. Correct. Sorry, put that right.
Yeah. Because one person had put that they had taken like 73 million, and they were like, no, it really wasn't that. It was a different amount. So
don't go with Etherscan. Don't go with Etherscan.
I'll be like, listen, but again, like we be talking about people talking about what they have in crypto. You'd be like, listen, they can look at you on the blockchain, right? Yeah. It ain't like you can like lie and be like, well, no, that's really not that.
I really need to know one item you got in your wallet, and I will find you.
Yeah. But and these techie people, you be like, whoa. So I'm like, the point is like, if you have it, you have it. If you don't have it, don't be on here or being on Twitter and all your other spots talking about I have this or no. People will like post about you like literally. It's nothing that's hidden. It's like, okay, now they got a whole article 3 hours ago that talks about this whole thing. So will Looks Rare continue to do well? It's going to be, I think it's going to be up to the community as a whole, as far as how well or how bad it's going to do, depending on how many people they made mad. And again, I think it comes down to, again, as far as how you can how something can change your project like that. Like, because we're going to talk about one of them today. What was that?
Oh, yeah, because when you say that, it's the community. The community is so small right now that if you don't have anybody else coming in to support the project, they left you, and you have to wait to get a new group of people that found that project and did some research. But yeah, it could be that quick that this community is so small. You mess up one thing, it's over. Mm-hmm. It's over.
And people don't forgive that often. They be like, we're gonna go on and move on. So. So again, just read that article for yourself, make a decision for yourself on that particular. Okay. Dog, I was like, we were talking about this. We were like, okay, are they gonna get the 36 million back from this hack? Are they gonna get the 36 million? This IRA financial hack. Are they going to get the $36 million back?
And when they been getting good, you see that couple they arrested in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from that hack that happened in 2016 or 17, all those millions. But that couple then also set them NFTs off that wallet before they can get to them NFTs. So that was a little ring of things, but they are able to find and recover certain funds. I'm not going to say this one that they definitely can. I'm not sure who the scammer was or how they got it, but we'll see. I know somebody got to pay for it.
Yeah. 21 million in Bitcoin, 15 million in Ethereum from a retirement account. Again, you messing with people's like lifelong money that they have worked hard for. So somebody had to know something about somebody knows something.
Okay, that passed it on to somebody else that might have told somebody else, and then we're here.
Somebody need to know some answers for me if I'm got that kind of money. But it's one of those scenarios. Like I said, I think as we keep talking about how things are so early in crypto, these are some of the things as far as of why you need to possibly learn and invest your own money in some aspects. Like I said, I get the aspect of being able to invest and do some long-term things. Fine, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, if you don't want to be involved with it, but if you can learn the aspect of what to invest in and make sure you got then you can only be as secure as possible. Trying to do different things to keep your things secure. But it doesn't even mean with that aspect because there's still hackers who can still potentially try to get you that way. So it's not something to take lightly because again, it is $36 million for people who've worked hard for their money, who hopefully. I don't know how, but hopefully
it better be insured. That company, shoot, if you're putting that much money with somebody,
they got to
be insured or something. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah. Look, I'm like, hold on, you're gonna get that back one way or another, and you got it if that company and that brand, but still, that's a hit.
Good. I know Artifact's quest was completed again, so good.
Did they finish it?
They finished it again, so we'll talk about that in just a minute. Okay, I know we talk about Sandbox a lot, but also Decentraland is still doing some very good things, with what they're doing with their land. Another one sells for $51,000. I think it's a game. It's not a game with the metaverse land. People are still buying these things. You think like $51,000? Yeah, $51,000. There's some, if you go back and look some of their other stuff, and even if you look at some of the Sandbox, some of those are selling for six figures easy. Okay, so again, do some research on these the metaverse lands. They are still definitely moving. The value of those will still continue, I think, to climb up. I'm not going to say how far they're going to climb up because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going based on what I think. I'm using my own numbers for myself.
Yeah,
I'm not putting no number out there on you. But just figure out, again, I think people look at it in the sense of, when you're able to buy some of these, even $8,000-$10,000, or even several $100s. It's like, okay, do you think in the long-term realm, how far could these potentially go up? This might be a joke at some point at $51,000. They could easily have another zero on it. But how long does it take to get that? We don't know, but we're ready. Just in case. But again, keep an eye on Decentraland. I think they're doing some very, very good things on Decentraland also. Okay. Oh, time is moving. Okay.
MNTLTH used as collateral for $3 million loan on DeFi platform. That's what I like to see.
We'd be like, I don't want to sell it, but I could go ahead and get some of that capital out if you want to give me some of my money. But but again, it's like it's a hard one. Like I said, I understand people some take some loans out on their NFTs. I'm trying to find it. I'm investigating the platforms. I'm like, if you close, who got my NFT? How does that aspect work? So I think as this continues to evolve and the places that can give the collateral loans and so forth, as they get better and things can either be streamlined a little easier to where you feel real comfortable doing it, I think it's a big game changer for a lot of people who've invested early into the crypto space. It's just going to mean that they're going to either be taking that money out and buying more NFTs with it. So it just means the NFT market is still going to continue to grow up, to continue to go higher and higher. Simply because it just gives people more capital to be able to buy, even whether it's new projects that are out there or some of the existing projects that they may want more of. So, but that's I'd like to see that number. Like, who's next? Who else? What else are you putting out there that you can do that with? So that's very, very interesting. Keep an eye on that. BlockFi.
First, for SEC crypto lending platform charge agrees to pay $100 million in penalties. I believe it's something like they didn't file something, but $100 million. If they had $100 million in penalties, how much did they make? So I'm like,
that's what we literally asked ourselves. Like, well, if they paid $100 million, how many hundreds of millions did they make? Because you don't just be like, okay, I'm gonna pay $100 million, and but I'm like, we all shutting down. But but again, I think as far because of all the things are and like I said, $100 million, we are not making light of it. It's like that's crazy. But as far as with because how things are so new, this is why as far as doing the lending and stuff, you just do your homework. If you're going to be doing that aspect, or if you're going to be taking loans, do your aspect. And do your research the best you can. Because like I said, I know we all know that things, regulations are changing, and you're trying to adapt to what's right now. You just don't know, because everything is not just in complete black and white. We kind of think it's this way. But again, if you're going to be jumping into this aspect of it, make sure you know what you're doing so that you're not getting no penalties that you don't want. That's all I'll say on that. Okay.
Because sometimes that regulation might be good when you losing items that's millions of dollars, or they getting hacked and stolen from you. You'd be like, okay, somebody got to come help me now. Who's there to help me?
They ceased the sale of lending products too. Pay $50 million penalty for that, and there was another $50 million for something else that they paid.
Yeah, to the states, the 32 states. How about you pay it to the people that bought it?
How about they get a little bit of that?
Yeah, how about they get a little bit or something? They didn't know either.
You ain't getting none of that. They be like, no, we don't.
That. Ain't getting none of that.
They ain't even gonna be a part of the settlement. You're just gonna be like, well, yeah, you were just involved. We're not. We're sorry that you might not have been affected. No, we were affected, but you weren't really affected. We're just gonna get to the state to try to help everybody out, keep it moving. So that's been there, done that. Know about that part. All right, I thought this was interesting. When you looked at crypto's article that Yahoo Finance had out too, it's interesting to see how crypto versus tech stocks. And I was like, really? You kind of know, even whether you're not doing altcoins, you're doing different type of crypto. When you look at your ROI, although you have to understand crypto is going to be very volatile, but at the same time, when you look at, you can make a higher percentage. And this is just Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin, like, okay, yes, it moves, but it don't move like some of the altcoins. When you look at when you compare it to some of the different stocks that are out there, and you look at the gains, like, when you look at Meta, based on Meta, it was 46%, Tesla, 18%. Numbers are the numbers. But again, you have to be willing to pull the trigger because again, I think a lot of people look at security like, well, I'm gonna be safe and make sure it's secure. Nothing wrong with that. I commend you that that's how you operate. Nothing wrong with that. But again, there are definitely some other people who are out there taking more of a risk, especially young people. They'd be like, I'm not putting my money in that stock. What about some crypto? And you'd be wondering, like, well, how did they become millionaires by the time they're 18 or 19? They're like, they bought crypto. They didn't wait 35 years to wait for the retirement for them to make 10%.
Nobody doing that no more over here. Man.
It is what it is. And so nothing wrong with that. If that's the way, like I said, if you feel more safe and secure about doing that. But young people, it's going to be so many millionaires that are in this space, that are already in this space, it's going to even be more mind blowing as far as, especially as they continue to get into more altcoins and stuff. And a lot of them that own all these NFTs that are worth so much money already, it's mind blowing. Mm-hmm. So again, pay attention to that aspect of it too. Here we go.
Coinbase jumping to number 2 app store spot after Super Bowl ad. You guys seen the little QR scan coming up? Some people tried to scan it. The app did crash because of it. Yeah. Well, a lot of times the Super Bowl was a place that we thought we were going to see the NFT ads, and that was one of the biggest ones. People were like saying that was the most expensive QR code ever out there, which is true. How much millions? I don't even know if it's going to be how much they're going to be giving out in the end. And then, the NFT of the Coinbase platform is going to be launching on, I believe, the 24th of this month. So a lot of that money that's going to be coming to the NFTs is making opportunities. We see certain people. We know Artifact is supposed to be over there. Even like Trevor Jones, one of the artists who's recently released some more updates on his Bitcoin Angel. He's going to be going over there as well to sell some items or create items and selling on there. So it's going to be putting a lot of different money into the space of people that don't have to get educated to get an actual Trust wallet or MetaMask wallet or jump through those hurdles. They'll go straight through Coinbase. It may seem easier for them. It is mainstream, but if they're not able to educate themselves on the crypto side of it, which they're going to be dealing with the crypto side of it, but it's just going to be so easy for them to be like, okay, I connected my debit card and that's all I had to do. I didn't have to try to send it to an Ethereum address or, another wallet. And so it's going to create a lot of money over there. You don't have to sell your item over there, but it should help some of the items you may have that are also over there continue to go up. So it's going to make some moves. And number two. Okay.
Number two. As soon as I saw the commercial, I was like, "Oh, I need to scan that." I was like, "I don't know who that is, but I know it's something."
It's something.
We trying to put it on the TV, following the scan thing, like, please scan.
Yeah.
Coinbase one, like a nut, sitting there trying to scan something on the TV.
Yeah.
But I know it was crypto related. I knew that. I was like, okay, maybe they giving away something. I was waiting. I was waiting, but that was Coinbase, so that's good. Here's Warren Buffett. Remember, Warren has not been thinking of crypto I shouldn't say that as highly as most people would hope that he would be. But again, I think a lot of the stuff done in silence, as far as whether you're using your other companies to say it's not really me, but some of my companies have invested. I don't care what aspect you look at it, and you're still buying crypto. Somebody somewhere in one of your companies buying some crypto. But again, it's good to see that some of the people with some of the big crazy money are still continuing to want to invest in the crypto aspect.
Yeah. And look, he was more doing it in the background. It says he has now more companies in his portfolio that have direct, indirect exposure to Bitcoin and similar cryptocurrencies. So even moving from those Visas and MasterCards and now putting that into the Bitcoin side of it, he knows they do their research too. If he already a billionaire, he knows it makes sense. Like, where's his money going? So, he's not going to go put it in something to fail.
Yeah. Like he's brilliant. I mean, you look at some of the companies he's bought, and he's like, well, I could make even if it's a couple pennies or a couple something. When you calculate how much that money's going to be overall in the long term, he know he's going to make $1 gazillion. He's not volunteering to do nothing for free.
So, he put $1 billion in, he's expecting $1 trillion.
Yeah, there you go. But welcome. We're excited that you want to put some more money over here. So that's good stuff there. Okay, we said we we're going to talk about another company that I think some people have kind of gotten upset with.
Yeah, people were upset at 888. They did have to burn 3 Genesis 888s to get these orbs here. The orbs are going to be like a music NFT. You can do a little more research into it, but the point is the Genesis NFTs that we do own, those were about $5,000. You had to burn 3 of those to be able to get this orb. So you're talking about probably like $15,000, NFT. That in the end may be worth it. I'm not going to say that, but for people to have to be told that you had to burn 3 of them and they are at $5,000 each to be able to get one of these, it kind of left some people with a bad taste in their mouth. But what they are offering and what the NFT is supposed to be is what kind of NFT it is. It was supposed to be worth it. In the end, you'll know. Some people, I think they like we're at 8 ETH or something right now. So they are supposed to be more than what you did mint them for, but it hasn't caused their Genesis NFT price to go down because of that. Like I said, it was a burning mechanism. Normally when you burn, it's supposed to help the price because it's going to be more or less of them and more rare of them. But because people just weren't happy that they had to burn 3 of them to get them, like we say, the power of the community, they spoke, and that's going to cause your price of your item to go down, your project to go down if the community is mad at something. So, but you do your own research. To some, the orbs were worth it to be able to get that first of their kind, and to some they're not. But now the parts of the project that have to recover, like the Genesis membership has to recover from that, and also if you want to get the orbs, like I said, they're about 8 ETH, I believe, on the current floor, but. Do some more research into that. See if that is something that you're interested in doing. Just wanted to bring it up. If some of those people some people may have noticed that their NFT has gone down for that Genesis 888, and that is the reason why.
Even with it going down, you still should be up because I think the current price is $2,700. So
yeah, for that one, yes, for burning the 3. That's right.
For the Genesis 888, that's you still from when we said to get in. As far as if you got in, when we got in, we were talking about it. You're still up. It's at $2,700. But some people are like, yeah, right. So burn all that. Okay, so that's good there. Okay, all right. $1 billion boom.
Oh yes, it's making people billionaires. It's made people like the guys on the Open Sea. They were talking about how 2022 already has made this $1 billion boom. We are only 2 months in, and not even fully, and it's creating a $1 billion boom in the NFT space. It did go over in the article different companies that are different people. It has made that have made that money specifically. Like it even is talking about this New York based one, the Open Sea brothers, and like we were talking before, and it's just it's so much money getting poured into this space that for you to say the first month or so of the 2022 is already $1 billion space for NFTs, it's like whoa.
Mhm.
So if you're not in this space, or if you don't know it, if you're educating yourself, continue to educate yourself, continue to get comfortable that you're willing to make a sale or go buy something to get a transaction done. Because when you see billions of dollars, I
Yeah.
mean, you don't want you just have it just a little taste, a little pinch of one,
You still gonna have a little percentage of
yeah,
that
it's a
one.
little percent, nothing, point something,
I'm looking to get a percentage of something. Trust me, I wanted some of it. But a
Oh
lot of
man,
stuff.
yeah, and then they got the World of Women and some
Yeah.
other projects that they speak about in regards to that as well. So a lot of different people in the space, especially even the women's space outside of it, are
Yeah.
being creating things and so yeah, making a lot of
Congrats,
money.
ladies. Let's keep let's keep going. Let's
Yes.
keep going. Let's keep going. So, but real quick, I know we're almost out of time here. Remember on Candy that they are having a drop. If you have participated with Candy before, we definitely have talked about it many times on our from when we've talked here. Make sure you're looking to see their the car one that they have that's coming out also. Okay, so that's going to be that one. And then I said the quest had been completed, Jessica.
Oh yes, for the artifacts. So to speak briefly, we've been doing Quest all week. There's different cracks that are showing up in the monolith. Of course, this is the Nike artifact monolith. It said I won't go into great detail, but we are waiting for it to get cracked open
Yeah.
so we can see what's coming out of that. It's supposed to be of sentient, and I don't have to go in great detail of that because that's a whole nother story. But we are excited to see once it does crack, what's going to happen. They get the community behind a lot of the things that they're doing. So it's been a community that's been figuring out these quests. That current monolith there is about like 4.5 ETH. So it's about a little under
14.7.
15,000. 14.7.
It's
So about
worth
15,000.
4.73. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we are trying. We don't know if this is going to be every NFT we get that is actually going to be branded with Nike and Artifact. We don't know exactly what it is, but the community, like I say, they get together every day. So far, it's been a different quest at a different time. They usually try to keep it between 10 and or 9 and 11 has been going so far Pacific Standard Time for me. And as you can see, like some of the quests, you'll see the blue lines that are coming up. There's been cracks or something being generated from each quest that you do. And so, literally, like I said, the community is waiting. They're keeping you excited. They're already rewarding you with all these items, and these are airdrops that were free to you if you already own the items
Mhm.
from certain like CloneX and stuff. So, I'm excited to continue to do it. See, well, hopefully, I don't know. They didn't give a deadline of when it's going to be like the last final quest, but so we're just paying attention and seeing what we can do if we can solve some of them quests. But yeah, it's fun and exciting to see. I can't wait to see what the first Nike artifact branded NFT is.
I,
Besides the monolith, the second one I should say.
I can't wait. I would like that. So again, this was 15. This is 15. So if you need to take your money for your airdrop, it is $14,773 right now, plus whatever little the fees you have to pay to do it. But that is a fantastic airdrop for those of you who've gotten that. I keep saying like if you don't the CloneXs, I think I haven't even checked the floor of the CloneXs. Are they 15 ETH, which is again another $50,000 or $60,000? Let's see if I can find it real quick. To see what CloneXs are. Let's see if I can see real quick. But CloneX and stuff again are still continuing to go up. We are not going to be your financial advisors. You have arrived. I think from the point when you got in, you RTF RT.
Mine, yeah, yours might come up sooner. Mine is down or slowing.
That's the monolith. I want to find the CloneX. Let's see if I can. That's the monolith right there. Let's see if I can find this a different way. Let me go over to this other screen real quick.
In that search, okay, mine is not coming up. If in the search, you just put the clone.
Yeah. So again, these are still again, like I said, definitely still continuing to stay there. They've at least stayed where they've been at for a minute at the 14 and 15 ETH, which is a fantastic amount. Again, considering where you would have gotten in on this particular project, Nobody should be like, well, oh, I paid 2.5 ETH or I paid 3 ETH for that, and I'm not making no money. No, you're making some money. You either need to figure out if you need to take your money, but you should be very, 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 very much in profit on these particular things. I'm trying to see if CloneX is, yeah. So they're currently at 15.25 is the floor on the CloneX today. Okay, meaning that if we just see if this one happens to still be available, $47,000 is where they're at. 47,000. So again, very, very grateful that we have all invested in artifacts. So remember, do your own research, figure out if it's something you want to do, or if you've already done and you need to get out. We're not going to tell you when to get in and get out. But again, these do come with $1 million license agreement, which is very exciting for us. Okay. Just, I don't know if you have anything else, but I think we have gone through some good stuff. Okay. Okay. Well, once again, remember, if you have friends and family, please send them over to our whatsnfts.com. That's our free Facebook group. We do have that available, whatsnfts.com. Please send them over that to our direction. We will continue to post over there. We also still do have our monthly membership available. That'll be posted on our free Facebook group. So if you want to get in and be a little closer to us as far as what we're actually getting in, where this daily, sometimes we don't get into things daily. We'd be like, listen, we tell our group, our privates, like, listen, we don't just post in here, just be posting here. It's like, we're either going to be getting into some project or we want you to go look at some things, but I'm not, I mean, I think it's many people think, well, sometimes when you get into different groups, like they need to be posting every day. It's like, no, if someone's in your group and you're like you're literally having to post things every day, that's just a matter as far as, it's not something that we need to get into every day.
Yeah, because most of these products are going to fail.
So most of these are going
to fail.
At the same time, it's like, if we spent all of our time really doing that, even in our group, we wouldn't have time to research projects to find the good projects.
Yeah.
So I think for many of you guys, take the time, learn how to research. Don't feel like you have to jump into everything. Get yourself into some good projects and let them bad boys ride. I mean, like literally, you look at a lot of people who got into this particular project that we're showing here on the screen at 2.5 ETH. Okay, so you got in it, maybe was it $10,000 or $12,000? I don't remember the price of ETH at the time. But let's say if it was $12,000, you got $47,000 right here. So you're going to make over $30,000. What else do you need to do for the next couple months to make $30,000? It's like sometimes that's $47,000. If you had two of them, that's literally like someone's payroll for the whole year. And depending on where you work, it might be the full year. And so it's just going to be a matter, again, like I said, getting into solid projects. I think that's very, very important. So again, do some research, learn about NFTs. If you don't know anything about NFTs, again, please come to whatsnfts.com. We'd love to have you get there at our Facebook group. We will continue to share the information there for free. And again, if you'd like to join our monthly subscription, we'll also have links there for you to join that also. Okay. So once again, you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate your time and you guys listening with us. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day.
Have a great one.